Hello there, Benjamight coming at you with another video, something a little different though. I have run polls and asked questions and found out that there are many of you who would love to start a Dofus channel of your own. Maybe you even have started one on your own, but you've run into roadblocks or had questions. So I have set the goal for this year to help you, yes, you, if you're wanting to grow a channel, start a channel, whatever it may be, I want to help you grow. Before any of that can even matter, you have to start. And so that's what this first video is about, is to help you get started. In these videos, I plan on covering things like, can you make money as a Dofus content creator? Is the community big enough to where you could make some money off of that? What are common mistakes that small channels, Dofus channels, tend to make? And maybe you already have a channel and you can't figure out why yours won't grow. Well, these are just some of the topics that I plan on covering in these YouTube videos. So if that information sounds like something you'd like to keep up on, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you know exactly when they go live. And if you could do me a huge favor real fast and just smack that like button, it would really help me out. Okay, let's do this. So the very first thing you got to ask yourself when you want to start a channel is, why do you want to start a channel? YouTube channels take a lot of work. Those of you who have already started and tried to do some of that, you realize there's a lot of work that goes into it. But you need to boil it down to basically one of two choices. One, is it just a hobby, something fun that you're looking to do with, tinker with? Or is it something that you are hoping to grow, make money with, possibly go full-time with down the road? Believe it or not, this makes a difference, and you need to decide this up front. Now, perhaps you start out as a hobby, and then as you begin to do it, you realize, wow, this is awesome, I want to go full-time, and you can kind of change gears at that point. But knowing what you want to do up front will help set your expectations. And I'm going to show you some of the differences in the thinking process behind which way you go. If you're doing it just for fun, this basically means you want to make whatever you want to make. You're not worried about what other people think of the content that you put up. You're not going to focus on things such as researching hot topics, trying to find out what the community is interested in. Even channel growth may not be that big of a concern for you. You're just doing it for fun. If you become monetized someday, it's just going to be a side effect of the fun you're having. It's not a goal that you've set out to do. So basically, your goal is just to have fun, and if anyone wants to come along for the ride, they can. And there's nothing wrong with this idea. Now, here's the difference between somebody who wants to just have fun and somebody who maybe wants to grow a channel deliberately to hopefully turn into a money-making side hustle or business. If you're wanting your channel to grow and make money, you need to be thinking about what will grab their attention, the viewer's attention. It doesn't matter so much if you enjoy it or not. You're trying to figure out, what do they want to see? You are very thoughtful about the content that you put together and the feedback you get from the community. That's important to you. And you are going to be focused on things like hot topics and interests, channel growth, YouTube analytics, and continuing to try to improve your skill as a content creator. So your goal in this situation is to have fun and grow a community of people interested in the same content you are making. So what do you need to get started? Well, first, you need a YouTube channel. Duh. Pretty easy. If you go do a quick search on how to start a YouTube channel, you'll find all kinds of resources to walk you through the process to actually create a channel name, and boom, you're up and going. Next, you're going to need some kind of software to record the footage on your screen. And luckily for you, OBS Studios is completely free to download. I will put the link for it in the description below. You just come here and download the version that you need, whether you're Windows or Mac, and you're pretty much good to go. It's super easy, user-friendly software. You do not have to be an expert. I knew nothing about this software when I started, but watch a couple videos, some quick, easy tips and trick videos on it, and you'll be using OBS in no time. Next thing I would highly recommend you get, because Dofus is not a very flashy game, nobody's going to be entertained just watching your characters run around. You need to be able to talk to your viewers. Create this feeling of interaction as they watch you play the game and experience it. Now, if you are using a laptop or some PCs, they may have a built-in microphone and not cost you a thing. May not sound very good, but it gets you started. When I first started, I was using a PlayStation headset on my PC. These work fine on the PlayStation, but as a PC recording microphone, this thing was not very fantastic. However, even though it wasn't the greatest, it still worked. It got me talking. It got me starting to get used to the idea of just talking to a screen. If you do have a little bit of money and you're looking for maybe your first purchase, what I started with, and I highly recommend it, is the Blue Snowball. I will put an Amazon affiliated link in the description below if you want to check it out and think about getting one. If you wouldn't mind using that link, Amazon will give me a little kickback as a thank you for sending you to them, and and I thank you for helping me get that kickback. And that's it. That's all you really need to get your YouTube channel started. You need the YouTube channel that you can upload to. You need to be able to record your software, which you can do for free, and you need to be able to talk to your viewers. That's it. Now, if you have the ability to add some kind of webcam to your videos, I highly recommend it. People want to watch you play the game. Being able to see you, your reactions, the way that you're interacting with the things that are on Dofus, it makes a big difference. It creates a personal touch between the viewer and you and your channel. Now, you don't have to have a webcam. There's many very successful channels out there that don't use one. But if you can get one, I think it makes a big difference. Now, perhaps you can use your smartphone as a webcam and record yourself using that. If you're using a laptop, there's a pretty good chance there's already a camera built into that. Now, the angle may not be too flattering and it may be hard to get it just right, but it gives you something to get started with. And then what I have here is what most channels of my size and even quite a bit bigger, it's the Logitech C920. It's a very popular, very good webcam. I will put a link of that in the description below as well. If you want to go check that out, use that link, that would be awesome. Now with all three of these though, there's one important thing you got to remember. You have to have some good lighting. If you don't have good lighting, it doesn't matter how fancy your camera is, it's not going to look good on the screen. So what I would do here, if you have the option to set up and have a window in front of you that can let some natural light in, that would help a lot. Or maybe put a lampshade of some sort on the other side, that would help a lot too. Don't make the mistake of trying to put the light directly behind the webcam. Put it off to the side a little bit. That casting at a slight angle will add some definition to your picture and make it look a lot better. And one last link I will let you know about in the description below is for the lights that I use. They're both adjustable, very cheap, very powerful and bright. They come with some color filters and stuff, and they are really good. I highly recommend them. If you got a few bucks you want to spend on lighting, I do not think you'd be disappointed with these. Okay, you got your name, you got your setup, you're ready to go. So now what? Tell me what to do next? Start. Just start. Start messy. Start sloppy. You're gonna stutter. You're gonna have odd pauses. You're gonna lose your train of thought at times, but you will only get better at the awkward talking part of the whole thing with practice. It gets easier the more you do it. It feels really weird at first, but the more you do it, the better you will get at it. Now you'll be amazed what you can fix in post-process through the editing side of things. Now the software I use is called Filmora 9. It's fantastic software, doesn't cost too much. In fact, you can download it and try it for free, and it just puts a watermark on there to see if you like it. Editing is something that I will cover in another video, not this one. So here's one of the huge reasons why Dofus is a fantastic place to start your YouTube channel. If I asked you the question, what are all the content creators for Fortnite, Destiny 2, Minecraft, any of those games, what's every content creator in those categories? You would say, that's impossible. There's no way I could figure that out. It's because there's so many content creators out there already making content for those games. However, if I asked you that same question for the English Dofus community, how many channels are you aware of and can you name every one of them? You probably could. In fact, you could probably even name some that have already come and gone from years ago because there's such a small inventory of content creators. So it's a great place to start because your competition, now I know that sounds bad to say competition when you're not actually competing with the other people on YouTube, but the number of people fighting for this space is a lot more limited than some of those bigger games. There is a very strong English Dofus community out there, and they are hungry for more content. You could be that person creating content for them. But because the inventory is small, you don't have to start perfect. You don't have to start making everything just right or no mistakes. All you got to do is create content and put your personality to it, and people will begin to watch it. Now, after a while, you may try to fine-tune what you want your niche to be. See, Dofus itself is already a niche inside the gaming community. If you were to do a search on YouTube for gaming channels, you would get a huge list of things. Fortnite to Call of Duty to Minecraft to Roblox to all kinds of stuff. Dofus is probably not going to climb very high on that list because it's a massive bucket. But when you do a search for Dofus content creators, you begin to fine-tune that. When you do a search for English Dofus content creators, you narrow down even into more of a small bucket. And then what you want to do is figure out what part of Dofus do you want your channel to be known for. Figuring that out will help you establish what kind of content you're going to make because people will know what to expect from your channel. I'll use mine as an example here just because it's well known. People know that on my channel, they're going to find PVM content. They know they're going to find tips, guides, and gameplay because that's what I've decided my channel is going to be about. So when you fine tune your niche of what your channel is going to be, and when you tell people this is what your channel is all about, they know, okay, if I subscribe to this, this is what I'm going to get. One mistake people tend to make is they start dabbling into all kinds of things, and I've done it myself. You get sidetracked on so many side projects that people may not want to subscribe because they don't know what's going to come next. The old saying that if you try to please everybody, you'll end up pleasing nobody is so true. Now, when you're first starting, throw everything out there. Anything you can think of, anything that sounds fun, put it out there. See how it works. In the beginning, you're trying to learn what works for you as well as what's going to work for your viewers. So there's nothing wrong with starting out with everything. But then after a while, try to figure out, okay, what's my channel going to be about? What am I going to fine tune it into? Because then it will help your subscribers know what they're subscribing to. It'll help you figure out what you're going to focus on. So then when you have an idea for an upcoming video, ask yourself, does it go with the theme of my channel? Does it go with the niche that I'm trying to create? Will the people that watch my channel be expecting this? Will they be interested in this? I have made very many videos that I thought were going to be fantastic and they turned out not to be that great because I found it interesting, but a lot of people didn't. But that's part of the learning. You don't know until you try. So maybe you're looking for some ideas. Well, what should I make my channel about? What should my niche be? Here's a few great ideas I could think of just right off the bat. One, the hottest topic you can ever make on Dofus is commas. If you created a channel completely focused on a bazillion different ways to make commas, whether you're doing it solo or with a group or doing it in PVM or in PvP, you could create a channel completely based on comma videos and you would probably become the #1 channel on Dofus content right away because people are constantly looking for it. Leveling guides are another very hot topic that are searched for a lot. People are constantly looking for ways to try to level faster. Sometimes they're running solo, sometimes they're running in groups. Maybe they don't know what to go fight based upon their class or their type of build. You could easily build a whole channel based on just how to level in all kinds of different situations. Gameplay channels can be really good too. If you got a fun personality and you've got a webcam, do some kind of a gameplay channel. You could do PVM or PvP. You could do both. You don't have to do one or the other, but remember to make sure you're picking something you enjoy to make content about because there's a lot of work that goes into YouTube, and if you're not having fun making the content, you're not going to want to stick with it. And if you're not having fun, I feel like that will show up in the videos too. I have watched videos in the past, even Dofus content creators, where you could tell they didn't want to be making this video, and you find yourself asking, why are you even playing this game? Because you clearly are not having fun with this video. So make sure you pick a subject, pick a niche, pick a category that you enjoy and other people enjoy it as well. And one last suggestion I got for you, and there's a ton of ideas out there, but a channel that would be completely dedicated to solo gameplay I think would do very well also. But you would want to cover all the topics and things that solo players run into, help them to overcome the challenges and things that solo players have that multi-accounters like myself wouldn't understand. That could be a really hot topic as well. A couple things I want you to think about that maybe are holding you back from wanting to move forward as well. Don't be worried if your ideas are videos that have already been created. Do it again and put your twist on it. The same subject could be talked about 10 different ways. Who knows, maybe somebody will connect with your personality better than some of the other ones that are out there. Maybe the ones that are most popular in YouTube right now have become dated and it could use a fresh one. Maybe people will just prefer your style of talking. And maybe somebody stumbles across your version first. Why not? And it could come down to somebody just likes the way your recording is set up. All those things can make a difference and a whole new experience. So don't be afraid to cover a subject that has already been talked about. Now I have many more Dofus YouTube videos planned for the coming days, but if you have a subject or a question that you would like me specifically to try to answer, leave it in the comments below and I will see what I can do about including that maybe in the next video. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss out on these future YouTube videos. And again, if you could do me one last favor and just smack that like button if you haven't already, it would really help me out. Until next time, you all be safe out there and I will see you on the next one.